Alright, welcome to Kingdom of Zod storyline. So we're starting in Supergirl issue number 16, where we're going to go over this 9-part series of how, well, the Kingdom of Zod will come and fall, and also the reintroduction of Superman. So, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so we can keep on doing this. And to recap the last we saw of the Super Family, well, Superboy Prime and Connor were fighting, because this mission called for all of the Super Family, even if they don't get along with each other. So, let's hop in, because we start with an archive from the Eradicator, New Condor, a long time ago. It began on a distant world, a new home for Drew Zod of Krypton and his dynasty, a second chance for Krypton's legacy, a throne forged in blood. But invaders stormed his kingdom, a war was waged, Krypton's legacy crumbled, and only death lay in its wake. End archive transmission. So our heroes are going to find, well, they don't know what they're going to find in El Caldero, but they are looking for the Sun Crystal. With Supergirl sitting in a helicopter, why didn't they just fly? I can still feel the Sun Crystal resonating in my head. It's getting stronger the closer I get to El Caldero. But what am I supposed to do when I get it? And is all this worth it? Endangering my friends? Was bringing them here a terrible, selfish idea? I know they're all capable in their own ways, but this is all so sudden. And no, I can't question all this now. They want to be here. I feel a sense that something is waiting for us. Maybe it's just my nerves, but I have such a weird feeling. And in the horizon across the ocean, I was going to say lake, across the ocean, we have a giant Kryptonian city made of kryptonite. But Kara fears that things won't be the same after all of this. Looking back, this all started when that kryptonite asteroid arrived. Superman stopped it, but the fallout wound up turning the country of El Caldero into a kryptonite-fueled world power. I'm happy the people there have more money for the things they need, but every aspect of their lives now involves kryptonite. While everything from jewelry to bullets being made from it overhauled their economy overnight. So with this, the entire city is now dependent on kryptonite, selling it, mass producing it, so that their country gets way more money. So with that, how much good is actually been made from this? Sure, the city's rich, but now there's even more kryptonite spread out across the world. The world where we thought we didn't have as much kryptonite as we did, but now we have a giant meteor cluster full of it? It's not good for the Super Family. It's deadly to Kryptonians like me, but all that radiation can't be healthy for the Earth either. And now they have access to all that, including artifacts from Krypton, things that shouldn't be in the hands of El Caldero's Kryptonite King, or any Earthling important and powerful. Cultural relics that belong to not just my people, but to me, like the Sun Crystal. Powering the El Caldero Fortress is not my birthright, but an incredibly dangerous piece of technology. So who is this Sun King? Well, you can probably take a guess of who it is, but we'll get more into that later. This is all a recap to tell you about the story, the prologue, because we also go to the Omega Tournament. After the King Omega Tournament, his negotiations with the El Calderan government went with him. As if things weren't complicated enough, Lois Lane somehow gained Kryptonian-type powers and became Superwoman, which isn't too bad, but now her mysterious powers are unstable, possibly dangerous, fading in and out at random. So, without our two heavy hitters, Superman or Superwoman, the Kryptonite King and his Krypto Knights are becoming bolder and more aggressive. So I need all the help I can get. So who's coming to all this? Well, we have Connor Kent, John Kent, Superboy Prime, and Thunder Girl. I'm gonna finish what Superman started. I'm Kara Zor-El, heir to the House of El, and I'm Supergirl. Look how beautiful she is! But before we go on to El Caldero, we are gonna have to talk about what happened before, where we left off, because we go back to 7 hours ago in Metropolis, with Connor and Superboy Prime fighting. And by the way, when she's talking about how we don't have our heavy hitters, there's Superboy Prime right there. Dude's like super powerful. What are you talking about? Man can punch reality multiple times. And he did multiple times. But Kara's goal is to break up this fight. What are you doing? Knock it off, you two. She's trying to take up the mantle of Superman, just like Superboy Prime did. Where Superboy Prime tried to do the right thing as Superman did, she's trying to take up that leadership role. I can do this. Without Superman here, I'm the next in line. And so while these two are fighting, there's destruction randomly throughout the city that the other two are helping, John Kent and Thunder Girl. But all of this is just a test for Supergirl to show her, is she capable of being in a leadership role? I'm definitely getting to a rough start. I don't believe a second that you've reformed or any of that crap. Talking about Superboy Prime trying on his redemption arc. And as we've been keeping up with it, he has tried. He's made an honest attempt and he realized that he knows he can't be Superman. but that doesn't mean he's a bad person right now. I'm trying. Well, not hard enough. Kara and Lois are out of their minds to bring somebody with a body count into the fold. People can change, dude. And Kara finally breaks them up. You're both acting like brats. We have bigger problems here. If you haven't watched any of the Superboy Prime videos before this, I recommend that because it would give you more into Superboy Prime, what he's doing, what he thinks, and what he wants to become. Because all of this is still part of his redemption arc, and he even admits it. I'm really trying to be different. It's called a redemption arc. I am trying. I'm not this bad guy that I was before. Everybody that I killed got rebooted, etc. I understand. It doesn't forgive what I am, but I'm trying. And Kara calls her friend again, Crypto. She did that at the end of last issue, and now she does it again. And Crypto shows up, and it shows Connor just how forgiven that he can be, because Crypto runs straight to him and jumps on Superboy Prime, giving him like, hey, I'm excited to see you, man, giving him some kisses. Hey, okay, boy, hi, Crypto. And that really does shock Connor, because why would the Crypto go up to him first, give him kisses if he knew that he was a bad guy? He's done terrible things to Crypto and to Connor before that, but it's showing forgiveness and showing that he has changed a little bit. His intentions, at least. Well, you guys knock it off. Pull yourself together. Both of you. I'm trying so hard to fill in Cal's shoes here, and you guys are not making it easier. So do you guys want to start behaving like real superheroes? And Prime breaks this little metal wall. You know, superheroes always fight. They team up every now and then. Shut up, I don't care. We have work to do. Yeah, Connor, let's go be heroes. And now they're on the way to El Caldero. But before they are, something else is happening. The country's new leader is demanding to speak with Lois Lane, which is a big shock. What? The previous regime banned the Daily Planet from coming across the borders. Why does it want us back? That's not important for right now. We'll get into it later. And you might be asking yourself, I keep saying John Kent. Who is this man in the red suit? Well, that is John Kent. Tomorrow Man. That is the mantle that he chose to bring up and become a hero, hiding his face as well. With everyone hearing the news of bringing Lois Lane to the El Caldero to talk to the government, they're like, yeah, that's obviously like a trap. We're not going to bring you in there alone. But it is the perfect cover to get us there, because we do need to get the Sun Crystal, and we need to get the other tech out of there. And the big question that Tomorrow Man brings up is, how are we supposed to do that? The entire building is built out of kryptonite, which is a fair argument. That is a problem. I want to keep Kryptonians to a minimum on this mission. And Supergirl does a genius play. John, you know what? Why don't you touch base with the new Steelworks, which is a new team in Smallville led by Steel. I mean, the name doesn't ring a bell. We might need their backup. They've already been studying this new kryptonite found in El Caldero. Your mom will be in good hands. It's okay. We also need to find someone to build a vault that'll be ready to receive the Kryptonian relics we liberate from El Caldero. And that's your job, boy. Crypto's doing that. No opposable thumbs needed. And lastly, Kara says, for El Caldero itself, we'll need more non-Kryptonian help. So it's time to call in. And she hears a whisper. Did you guys hear that? Hear what? Nothing. So yeah, it's time to call in my new team. Welcome to Super Force! What the fuck is that team, bro? Also, keep in mind, Superboy Prime cannot be affected by kryptonite as well. It just didn't exist in his timeline. Or his universe, I mean. He didn't get his powers from a red sun or a yellow sun. He got it from a comet. He is affected by the red sun, though, so maybe that will be used later on. But meeting the Super Force, who do we have on this team? Well, Lena Luthor, which is a banger. I love her. Princess Shark, Night Flame. So what is this team going to do exactly? Well, Lena, what do you have for us? I got some sick new tech for the Kryptonians and half Kryptonian folks. New personal anti-K force fields. They only last an hour before their solar cells need to recharge. Basically, everybody gets shields from the kryptonite for an hour. Just hook them onto your wrist and you'll be immune to kryptonite. Your field is also totally undetectable to the Wiser. Noise! Lex's daughter, absolute banger. So the question is, how do we get into the place without them instantly knowing what we're there to do? Well, I have an idea for that. We'll slip in with Lois as the Daily Planet film crew. Everybody's in suits. And Superboy Prime, of course, just looks like a younger Clark Kent. Beautiful. And that's something that he was afraid of last time, but it doesn't really matter. And she tells Superboy Prime and Superboy, leave your baggage at the door. Work out your shit later. So hopefully throughout this run, throughout this event, they make up and they become friends again. Probably not, though. But never forget that there are lives at stake. You doing okay, Thundergirl? Thundergirl is so shy and distant. She went through a lot in Kandor, being grown in a lab and being used as an assassin, and seeing the other team members killed. So now's a good time. Who is this? Well, like she said, she was a cloning program created in Kandor. And now that she's free and hanging out with the super family, she doesn't know who or what she wants to be or needs to be. And Kara wants to help her out. Supergirl turns to Phasmagoria. Are you okay in there? It's okay to be scared. Nah, I'm actually fine. My body is in Midvale right now. If I die, it's whatever. Sounds good, sounds good. I forgot, even this stuff is still scary to me. I'm on edge myself. We can do this, Supergirl. Everything's gonna be okay. And it's nice to see Supergirl being vulnerable with everybody, but also she needs to act like a leader. I mean, we can do anything if we work together, which leads Lena to say, well, we could probably die on this mission, so I'm gonna tell you guys the truth. Lois Lane, Superwoman. The armor we gave you to make you Superwoman? Well, it doesn't really work that way. It doesn't just give you powers. You don't get power from the super armor. It involves quantum entanglement. Basically, linked particles can share the same quantum state regardless of distance between them. So, you get your powers from another Kryptonian out there. No idea who, but they're transferring their powers to you on a subatomic level. Nice, nice. She got her powers after the Absolute Evil event, when everybody swapped around a bunch of powers too. She was Supergirl for quite a bit, and then it went away. After all the powers were gone to their rightful places. And now we go to the Kryptonian Kingdom. Everyone listen up, we don't know what we got walking in there. Stay alert, and do not forget to keep an eye on your anti-K power meter. Remember, we only have 1 hour. So they all have the K shield down there, symbolized on the comic panel, that will keep following us, I'm sure. And as we enter, both Connor and Superboy Prime, again, are having a little bit of a spout. Dude, back up. Come on, man. This is a normal distance. I'm not even near you. You gotta back it up another 3 feet, bro. Hey, guys, come on. Quit fighting. But Lois notices something. The quantum entanglement that Lena told us about. It connects right here. And that's because it's connecting to General Zod. You and I are linked together. And the whole team is like, fuck, we are not prepared for this. Yes, we are, Lena. I don't know how you got here, Zod, but we don't need to fight. Let's just talk. You are not going to talk your way out of fighting Zod. Are you kidding me? Zod will destroy you. Kneel before Zod. And so Zod summons up Lois Lane. Using their cosmically bound powers, he says, my Kryptonian abilities lie within you, Lois, but they are mine to control. You are a puppet to me. A tool. Which leads Lois to fight back against her friends using her Kryptonian powers, which is also a bad thing because now Lois is starting to die from the kryptonite around her. They didn't give her one of the K shields because she's not technically Kryptonian, but once he bound his cells to her subatomically, she is. She's gonna die soon from all of this. We can fight Zod and his kryptonites just fine, but how do we fight quantum physics? It's a good question, team. And I realize that this is Thundergirl's first time ever meeting Zod, hearing about him. Who is this? Never faced him myself, but just hit him with everything you've got, Thundergirl. This is almost everybody's first time facing Zod. Superboy says, you guys don't know who Zod is? That's pretty freaking crazy for the Superman lore that you're in. And while Prime is about to get struck, Connor saves him. Get your head in the game, man. Did you just save me? No, doing my job. This does not make us even. And while they're fighting, the Superforce jumps in. No evil will stand before us this day. And they just start taking out all of these guards one by one. Fools are those who choose to face Night Flame. These things are robots or people? I'm sorry. And going back to the K-Shield, we're now at halfway, 30 minutes in. Zod, why are you doing this? I'm sure we could reach another agreement. Whatever truces our houses have had is over, Kara. Though I'm currently powerless, I made time to prepare. This is his own fortress, by the way, so of course, with your own fortress, you get your own version of the Eradicator. He gets the Eradicatrix, a female version of the Eradicator, who fights Kara Zor-El. My Sun Crystal and the other artifacts can wait. Top priority is now making sure Lois and all my friends get out of here alive. And again, something whispers to her. I hear that voice. Who said that? And it says, you will succeed. We will help you. Zod now puts Lois into a containment device Strapped up, once the eradicator mainframe has, for lack of a better term, untangled our shared quantum state, then your body will be relieved of my Kryptonian abilities. The displaced subatomic matrices will be aligned again, and in the meantime, Phase 3 will commence as he presses a button and makes a giant K-zone field all around El Caldero. What is happening? Some kind of Kryptonian radiation? How am I going to get my friends out of this? Something I have to think of it fast because the K-force is about to run out, as the K-shields is about to end. And we will finish next time in Action Comics number 1101. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe as we continue on in Kingdom of Zod. Also on the channel, there's new mainline Batman, mainline Captain America, and also Cyclops. And we're also going over some older stuff like New X-Men and Emerald Twilight. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and peace out.